Welcome to OnCourtAI, the UK's leading AI tennis coach. I'm Coach Chris, joined as always by former touring professional Alex and sports psychologist Dr. Sam. This week, you would have seen lots of improvements on the site. Our ball detection is now more accurate, and we have spent time fine-tuning our technique models so the coaching is more accurate. You can also easily share content with one click on WhatsApp, Facebook, and other social media channels. In today's episode, we're diving into a fascinating theme: backhands. This week, we saw 153 videos uploaded from 54 players, with 51 new members joining our community. It's exciting to see so many people eager to improve their game. Among these videos, backhands were featured in 18 uploads, and they averaged a solid score of 60 out of 100. We'll explore how to enhance those backhand strokes today and what common trends we're seeing in the community.
Absolutely, coach. It's great to see so many players focusing on their backhand, as it's often an area that can make or break a match. When I was on tour, I noticed that many players underestimate the importance of a strong backhand. In fact, some of the most successful players, like Djokovic and Nadal, have made their names with their exceptional backhands. Today, we'll look at how the average player can elevate their backhand to a competitive level.
It's interesting you mentioned that, Alex. The backhand can be particularly tricky for players, and building confidence in this stroke is crucial. Often players fear hitting the ball late or making inconsistent contact. That fear can create a mental block, leading to hesitancy during matches. Today, we'll delve into the psychological aspects of mastering the backhand, exploring how to foster a resilient mindset alongside our technical discussions.
Let's kick things off with a look at the individual highlights from the uploaded videos. Joshua stood out with the best overall score of 76 on their serve. That showcases not just their technique, but also their confidence. But interestingly, the backhand scores, while fewer in number, still present some promising insights. For example, our average backhand score was 60, which indicates that players are getting the fundamentals right. But there's still room for improvement.
For sure, coach. Looking at the numbers, it's clear that while players are honing their serves and forehands, the backhand remains an area for growth. I remember a match where I lost to a player with a mediocre forehand, but an incredibly strong backhand. It's all about how you can leverage your strengths and compensate for your weaknesses. Focusing on the backhand can really change the dynamics of a match.
And that's where the mental aspect comes into play, Alex. Players often feel overwhelmed when they think about improving their weaker strokes, like the backhand. Shifting the mindset to see improvement as a journey rather than a destination can significantly enhance a player's learning experience. We'll discuss techniques for building confidence surrounding the backhand later. But first, let's explore some of the standout performances.
Absolutely, Dr. Sam. Quinn had an impressive X-factor separation of 66 centimeters on their forehand, which is fantastic. This metric refers to the rotational gap between the shoulders and hips at the start of the swing. A larger X-factor means better power generation due to increased trunk coil. If we can apply this concept to the backhand, we might see similar improvements in the community's performance.
Exactly. The X factor is critical, not just for forehands, but also for backhands. Many recreational players fail to engage their core effectively during their backhand swings, leading to less power and control. Maintaining a good X factor while executing a backhand can allow for a more dynamic and effective stroke. It's fascinating how biomechanics plays such a significant role in our game.
And this is where the mental block can come into play. Players may hesitate to engage their core fully, worrying about hitting the ball inaccurately. Building a strong mental framework for their backhand can help reduce those fears. We can use visualization techniques to mentally practice the ideal swing while focusing on the X factor, which can reinforce confidence and fluidity during actual play.
Speaking of confidence, let's highlight Gareth, who showed an impressive 60 centimeters of hip-forward movement into their forehand. That weight transfer is vital for generating power. If players can replicate that movement in their backhand, they will notice a marked improvement in both speed and spin. When practicing, focus on driving those hips forward to channel power through your strokes.
That's an excellent point, coach. On tour, I often saw players who could seamlessly transfer their weight into their backhand strokes. It's a critical component for hitting winners or returning powerful shots. If players can visualize that hip movement and practice it, they can transform their backhand from being a liability to a weapon. It's all about mastering that kinetic chain.
And as players work on their weight transfer, it's essential to create a positive mental association with this movement. They should remind themselves that this forward motion not only enhances their physical performance, but also boosts their confidence. Setting realistic goals, like improving weight transfer over a few practice sessions, can help players build that automatic response.
Now, let's shift our focus to the drill of the day. I'm excited to introduce the hip and shoulder height drill, which directly relates to backhand improvement. This drill is designed for beginners and can be practiced in just 10 minutes. The essence of this drill is to practice backhand strikes while keeping your contact points consistently at hip and shoulder height.
That sounds perfect, coach. Keeping the contact point at the right height is crucial for maintaining optimal power and spin. Many players struggle with making contact too late, which leads to reduced control. By focusing on hitting the ball at the correct height, this drill will help players improve their overall backhand mechanics.
And from a psychological perspective, coach, practicing this drill can build a player's confidence. When they feel comfortable making clean, consistent contact at the right height, it can reinforce a positive mindset. They'll start to associate the backhand with success, which can translate into matches.
Exactly. To perform the hip and shoulder height drill, players need a racket and a few tennis balls. Start by standing at the baseline and focus on maintaining an athletic stance. As you prepare to hit the backhand, visualize where your ideal contact point should be, which is about 15 to 30 centimeters ahead of your body. Aim to strike the ball when it's at hip or shoulder height.
That's a great structure for the drill, coach. Players should also consider the rhythm of their strokes. Like professional players, they need to flow smoothly into the shot, maintaining a relaxed grip to enhance their feel for the ball. Tour players often practice these fundamentals repeatedly, and it's essential for developing muscle memory.
And to ensure the drill becomes a habit, players should set aside time to practice it regularly, ideally incorporating it into their training sessions a few times a week. Consistency is key to building that automatic response. Encouraging players to keep a positive mindset during these sessions can really help reinforce their learning.
To wrap up this drill segment, remember, focus on hitting the ball at the optimal height and try to make it a consistent part of your training. The key takeaway is that practicing the hip and shoulder height drill can help you make clean contact on your backhand, which leads to better control and power.
And as players work on this, they should also celebrate their progress, no matter how small. Acknowledge each improvement in your technique and mindset. It's all about building that foundation for success and confidence in your backhand.
That's a fantastic finish, Dr. Sam. Remember, the backhand can truly be a game changer. By focusing on your technique, weight transfer, and mental approach, you can elevate your whole game.
Absolutely. And as we close, I encourage everyone to take these insights into their next practice. Embrace the journey of improvement and remember that every small step counts toward your ultimate goal. Stay motivated and keep pushing forward.
Ready to improve your game? Upload your shot today at OnCourtAI.co.uk.